Mark here. I'm storing a vessel for somebody. The three things you need to store a vessel to winterize it, that way it doesn't get damaged, is stable for the fuel. Then you get antifreeze for the cooling system, and then you get the fogging oil for the cylinders and intake. Those are the three basic things you need to keep the engine from getting damaged. Anti-seize, and I put it on the plug on the threads to reduce future corrosion, and it makes it easy out to get ready to fog the cylinders. And inspecting the plugs, I see that the vehicle's running a little lean on 2 cylinders and almost correct on 1 cylinder, and a little dark on the other cylinder. That indicates to me that the carburetor probably needs to be adjusted to make it have a little more fuel into the engine, and or check the compression. These plugs, the electrodes are still good, but they are a little corroded. Doesn't hurt to replace them for aesthetic reasons and for future reasons of having to pull them out, because the corrosion can get worse and cause it harder to pull them. Cylinders, you put the hose inside the cylinder hole where the spark plug goes, and spray it. Always put your plug wires back on the way they came off. Set them in a manner in which you can remember that you took them off. That way it's easy and you don't put them back on the wrong firing order. This main breaker, this breaker right here, is what will shut off the power from the battery to the entire vessel, including the engine and onboard on the vessel. And in the back of it there's 2 wires. One goes to the battery and then one goes to the main power to the engine. And that way, if there's a circuit short, the breaker can disconnect the battery so the entire electrical system does not get fried. So if you're having an issue where the power is all lost to the vessel and you've got a good battery and you just can't figure it out, well, look at this first. And a lot of the times they can look fine or work and have corrosion on the inside and then fail. And then when they fail, they kick. And typically it's the breaker that has failed, and replacing the breaker is the correct way to fix it. When you put it back on, just make sure you put some anti-seize on, and then clean the contacts on the eyelets. That way they have good contact and they're clean when you get it back together.